Hi, this is Ingrid from Quiltessential Co in St. Albert, and we are going to be working on our block of the month for April. And please stay tuned. At the end of this video, you'll see some new things that we just got into the store. So let's go and cut. So we're going to cut out our things. I like to use my Creative Grids 4.5-inch ruler because it's 4.5 and most of this is too. So we're going to be cutting out A strip, B strip, C strip. For my D, I have already folded it so it's right sides together or wrong sides together, and I've now cut it into my strip and into my rectangle sets. E is a square and F is a long skinny strip. And now we're going to be building our block. So I've got my A and my B stacked together, right sides together, so they're ready for sewing, and I am going to be trimming this off and making it nice and neat. So what I like to do is just put one ruler here so that it's nice and square, but another ruler right at the end so that when I square it up, I'm ready to go. I'm going to take my goddess tool, and we're using the half square triangle end of the tool, put the blunt end on the top, the dotted line on the bottom, nice and straight here, and we're going to be cutting our half square triangle pieces. Remember, slide this up and cut off your little piece here, and you're going to go keep back and forth, and you'll get your sets. And so here's my AB set, and I'm now going to go sew it. Now we have our C, and we're using our goddess tool with the tall triangle, and you're going to put the blunt end at the top, dot at the bottom, and you're going to be cutting back and forth with this and cutting out your pieces. So here's one, you're going to cut another one, etc. So here's your tall triangles, and we're also cutting from our rectangles that are D, and these are already put together like your pattern tells you. Make sure you put the dot line of the half tall triangle here and the dot line at the bottom. Of course, if you're nervous, remember, do your pencil line, turn your ruler around, make sure it fits, but I'm pretty confident. So I'm going to go across here, make sure you take off the little piece at the bottom, and then this one, I'm just going to turn it and also take off that little piece right up here. And that way, when I go and sew, we will have our tall triangle and two sides, because when I open them up, one goes on one side, one goes on the other. So one on, make sure you line up and make it nice and flat here, and your tall diagonal here, and sew, and then do the second side, and sew, just like we've done it before, and then meet me back. So this is really important. Before we go to our next step, we do need to square them off nicely, and we want to make sure that we're leaving this piece on the top. My 4.5-inch Creative Grids ruler has a white line right here, and that white line I'm going to be putting right on the top of the peak of my tall triangle. So it's right up here. 4.5 is good down the bottom, and if there's anything sticking over, anything that needs to be trimmed up, I'm going to do that now and make sure it's really perfect before the next step. So first thing I'm going to do is I'm taking F, and I'm going to be using my half square triangle end again, and I'm putting it on my F strip, and I'm going to be cutting a whole bunch, 8 actually, of these half square triangles. Don't forget to slide it up and cut off the little piece at the bottom. So you're going to go back and forth, and you're going to cut 8 of those. I'll just cut another one because that will show you better in the next step what I'm going to do. So here's another one, slide it, and make sure you cut off that little piece in the corner right here. So we are going to be making this portion. So to do that, we have to alter our tall triangle block. So we're going to put it on our mat, and we're going to be using our corner cutaway from the middle of our goddess tool. And we're going to be putting it on the edge of our block because we've trimmed it up nicely, so we're not going to make a mistake. Cut across the block like this, and also take a little piece off the other corner. Make sure you slide it up here nicely. Make sure it's right on the edge. So now we have the piece that's perfect for sewing. Take your F, align it up flat and on the diagonal, and sew and press, and then do the same thing on the other side. Of course, would have sewn it and pressed it, but that gives you an idea of what it's going to look like. So each one of these is going to go on the side. To assemble our block, super easy. This is going in the middle. We've just made 4 of these, and this was the first thing that we made at the beginning with our A's and B's. There's our block, and it's stunning. Makes a beautiful quilt when it's finished if you want to make multiple blocks. So don't forget to check out at the end of this video some of the new things that we just got in the store, and we'll be having new classes starting up again too. So if you found this video useful, please leave us a like or click subscribe for future content. And this has been Ingrid from Quiltessential Co. Thanks for sewing with me today, and we will see you soon.